Imagine the scene. It's the end of the term. A teacher is pacing in front of the class with a pile of sealed envelopes in her hand. Children glance at one another, nervously, anticipating the contents of these envelopes. The dread, the fear, and the anxiety. Did I get a B or C for English? Did I pass mathematics this term? Was my average an A plus? How many of you can identify with the scene I've just described? Maybe you even had a flashback filled with negative emotions. This is the stereotypical scenario of children receiving their academic report cards. Academic performance is conventionally graded from A, excellent, to F, fail, and is naturally, as confirmed by your reactions, a source of anxiety for many children in the education system. Education systems all over the world place a great deal of emphasis on grades, marks, percentages, scores, and grade point averages. After all, without them, how would we track a student's progress? However, today, I will argue that these indicators can deteriorate the learning experience by shifting the focus from love for knowledge and learning to merely maximizing academic performance. Let me begin illustrating my point by using a case study. The small Nordic country of Finland, commonly known as the home of Nokia, the mobile phone giant, and Father Christmas. Nevertheless, lately, Finland has been attracting attention on global surveys of academic excellence. In fact, Finland has developed a model of educational success with the national education system described as the best in the entire world. Part of the Finnish model of success is that there are no mandated standardized tests in Finland, apart from one exam at the end of the student's senior year in high school. There are no rankings, no comparisons, and no competition between students, school, or regions. In Finland, they claim that marks and gradings do not make students any smarter, but instead create a cheating to the test environment in schools. And interestingly, Finland achieves better results for more of its children than almost any country in the entire world. Despite the Finnish model of success, as a global educational society, we still seem to value good grades much more than the deep love and curiosity for learning. The point that I'm making here is that if we place a stronger emphasis on the understanding and the joy of learning rather than the glory of grades, then we wouldn't favor the simple rote memorizing of information and regurgitating it for tests. The understanding we gain is much more meaningful and useful. Linked to this is another crucial aspect I wish to emphasize. Often standard tests and exercises which measure academic performance fail to capture certain other important aspects of the learning process. These range from things like effort, creativity, critical thinking, curiosity, social and emotional intelligence, honesty, open-mindedness, and initiative. One might argue that good grades should naturally follow from the true love and curiosity for learning. However, marks are not a proxy for measuring the joy of learning. So, why do grades matter so much? Perhaps to measure progress, or to ensure that minimum prerequisites for future careers are met. But as John Keating argued in Carpe Diem speech of the Dead Poets Society, we do not read and write poetry to score the high grades. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and are necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. So my message to you today is don't be obsessed with marks and grades. If there's one thing I have to reflect on what my parents have taught me, it is that to approach knowledge and learning with excitement and enthusiasm, and to be curious to learn everything. To read widely, to build my imagination, to question critically, as these cognitive connections are far more important than any report card. So how do my responsible parents manage to monitor me and encourage me if these are real views on academic performance. Well, my father just crazily refuses to read my report card, even if the report looks quite lovely. My mother places all her emphasis on the teacher-parent meeting, where she thrives on feedback concerning my attitude and enthusiasm. Once she's confirmed that I'm enthusiastic to learn, that's all that really matters. Lifelong Mal George spent the better part of his career thinking about learning. What drives it, what inspires it, and what makes it productive. He concludes that curiosity is the engine of learning. The thirst for knowledge is the key, and as Steve Drake says, knowledge is power, and enthusiasm pulls the switch. Thank you.